So this is a video that talks about how to build your website according to website genre expectations. Now remember that we're doing an informative website. We're not doing an advertisement or we're not doing a promotion. So those are different ways to approach what websites do. Also, we're not trying to sell something. This is a general informational website for non-professionals. And so that's kind of the audience expectations that we're thinking of for this particular assignment. Now, when we're thinking about websites, you do want to remember to have a friendly, informative tone. You're going to explain any specific jargon and you had a reading on that in this module. You want to make sure that the thematic headers are organizing the content, and this is visual hierarchy, and I'll talk about this more in a few minutes. Make sure that the color schemes you choose make the text easy to read. You want to make sure that you're not using like super bright colors, or also make sure that you're using a dark font on a light background to make it easier to read. Patterned backgrounds are really difficult. You want to make sure that you have engaging, thematically appropriate graphics. You really need to have graphics. We totally expect these in these informative websites, and you want to make sure that they're appropriate for whatever you're talking about. You can't just put in little decorations. Make sure that if you put in decorations that they're appropriate to your theme, that they're connected somehow. And also, you absolutely must have links to further information. Readers expect these informative websites to be interactive, in as much as if I want to know more about this kind of thing, I can click on this and it will take me there. So I want to talk a little bit about how these expectations are realized in different websites. So here's a Wikipedia website, and you can see that we have the large title, and there are links throughout that help us find more information about what this is talking about. We have a table of contents that links further on, because this is a lot of text on Wikipedia. But it gives you the headers, and it gives you little pictures that help you understand it. And so this is, and it also has these dividers so that you can easily find the section that you want to look at, and you don't have to read all the other stuff as well. Here's a more commercial style website telling you about mise en scène. And you'll notice that it has a lot more advertising on it. Don't feel like you have to insert advertising onto your site, but you'll notice that there are certainly more links that you can go to, links inside the text that help the reader understand where they want to go. There's also these colored boxes. We still have the black text on, but this blue background might be a little lighter to help the text stand out, but having the colored box emphasizes this particular part of the website. You'll notice there are little graphics that give examples of what they're talking about. We do have the headers and more boxed information. That this is an orange box and this is a blue box. Why would they switch colors? Hard to say. They might think it's decoration. You might want to keep your color scheme consistent. There's, again, the links and the highlighting. If we look at WebMD, this is the classic information site for non-specialists, and you'll notice they do, again, the same thing. But this is shorter text. It doesn't ask you to scroll at all. WebMD follows the rule, don't make the reader scroll. It's okay for you to ask readers to scroll unless you want to embed these headers into a menu at the top. This is not necessary, but this is sometimes how the headers are realized. I showed this to you in case you want to try this out, but you do not have to. Notice again, we have the header, we have the text that has the links inside it. It's small amounts of text, it's not huge boxes of text. So when we think about these principles of visual hierarchy, this is an interesting thing to keep in mind. Whether you're looking at an app or whether you're looking at a clay tablet, we read them about the same way. What is interesting is for the kind of site that you're making, readers are going to read this in an F pattern. So it means they look at the headers and then they scan down the side to see what they want to take a look at. This is certainly how Wikipedia is built. So you have these things that you can scroll down on the left-hand side, and maybe you might read this and then have the further information. You've also, so this is why you need to have the larger text to help your audience understand that. We expect to be able to read this as an F pattern. They do talk about Z patterns, but that's more for advertising. The idea here is to say that people read bigger things first. This is why it's important to use the header aspect of your website when you are creating the headings for each section. You can do that by, when you create a text box, you can choose title and then heading. So this is another way that the Google Sites will help you follow this principle of visual hierarchy. Let's take a look at what two students have done. So here's one student's work, and she's talking about ecotourism. So she has the large text and she's using the header function. She has some descriptive graphics. She's divided it by nice big headers. One of the things that's missing that you should immediately see is that there are no links in the text. And that would be something that would really help improve this. But it's got the headers, it has the visual hierarchy, and it has the helpful graphics in it. Here's another one. We have the title, representative graphics that will take you to more information. So this is a link that will take you somewhere. Short bits of text that will help you go. Here are the links that really help us. Here's a nice infographic for more information. And it's you do have to scroll through it, which is fine, but we have the links, we have the headers, and this continues to give you more information and keep you engaged throughout the page. So as you're making your site, let's view the published site. Remember that these are the expectations that you need to keep in mind for your informative website for a non-specialist audience.